Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Daily with Bailey. Today we're doing another news video, I guess. I've done one of these before. I did a video about the PS Vita and how insanely high the price is. Go check that video out if you want to see me rant and be angry. It's pretty entertaining, if I do say so myself. So today we're going to talk about something I'm super excited for. I'm really excited for this to come, so let's talk about it. Sony Online Entertainment, the creators of PlanetSide 2, they are making an zombie survival MMO, a lot like DayZ. This is making me extremely excited for what they're going to make here, what they're going to produce. I'm super excited. Did I say I'm excited? Alright, so before we talk about why I'm excited for this game, let's talk about the specifics. Let's talk about how it got released out. So basically what happened is there was a little interview kind of thing between John Smedley and some interviewer from some website or a TV show. I'll try to find the original video and put it into the link in the description so you guys can find it. So basically they are showing off the new game that they're making, and it's called H1Z1. So H1Z1 is going to be a lot like DayZ in the sense that it's a survival MMO game where it's an open world and you have to keep yourself alive, and it's to its core online. So what John said was the maps are going to be enormous. He said that it's going to be up to 1,000 players. I don't know if he was being sarcastic here or if he's being serious, because 1,000 players is insane. That means the map has to be enormous. H1Z1 is going to use a modded and tweaked version of the PlanetSide 2 engine, which is ForgeLight. So they're using that engine, which is a really nice engine for this game. The game is also going to have base building features a lot like in Rust. If you don't know what Rust is, go check it out. It's a pretty cool game. It's cross-platform, so if you have a Linux, Mac, or Windows operating system computer, you can play it. It's in early access right now. It's alpha. You can get it on Steam. It is a survival game. There's no zombies. People were complaining that zombies are getting too much in the MMO survival kind of thing, so they took them out, I heard. I haven't played it myself, but it looks fun. Check out the base building. It's going to be kind of like that, so check that out. The game is also going to have vehicles because, of course, the PlanetSide 2 engine has vehicles in it. It has, trucks, planes, and stuff like that. He said that not only is there going to be vehicles, but you're going to have to collect parts to create the car. So say you find a beat up car, the spark plugs are destroyed, there's no fuel, one of the tires is missing. You could go around, scavenge those pieces around the map, and put your car together. He also mentioned something about planes and aerial vehicles. He said that it might be possible, and I totally think it's possible too, because the PlanetSide 2 engine already has, planes. Some people are a little concerned that this is just going to be another DayZ clone, and everyone has a total right to understand that. I mean, it's happened before with WarZ. If you don't know what that is, go check out maybe Rhino Crunch, Total Biscuit. If you want to, go watch one of their videos about it. I never did anything on it, but it is basically a copy of DayZ, and it was terrible. There was features in it that didn't make it better, they just made it worse. There's microtransactions, all this. It was really bad. It was not the best. So go check that out if you can. But John Smedley, I hope I'm saying his name right, Smedley, John, he gave us a few references about the game and how it's going to be a little different from DayZ, and it's not going to be an exact clone. He even mentioned the name. He said DayZ and Rust, it's not going to be the same. He's said it before. He even in the video, he says their names. He's conscious. He's not acting like this is the first thing ever. He knows that there's other games like this, and he wants to add, or the company wants to add, their own flair to it. So here are a couple things that he added to the game that he thinks is unique about them. So he emphasized a lot on server rules. You could go on one server and there would be a certain set of rules that you had to follow or you would get in trouble, and then you could go on another server and there'd be different server rules. And this can make the game really unique, and it can add fresh life into the game if you've been playing it for a long time. It can give you different experiences every time, and I think that's a really good idea, and I think it does add some life into the game. Another thing he mentioned is a huge crafting system. He said that the crafting system is going to be something different than any of them out there. Better than Rust, better than DayZ by far. He said it's going to be huge. So I'm pretty excited about that. That seems pretty cool. I really like crafting in a game. I like collecting items, putting them together. And you just want features. You want those features that will make the game way more interesting and more fun for you to play. Another thing he said, which is kind of, man, I don't really understand what he means. He didn't give a lot of information, of course. He said that there's going to be an economy in the game that runs off what players do. You're going to be able to trade items, and the economy is going to be fluctuating. There's going to be certain items that are rare, certain items that are not. He didn't give too many details about this, but that seems pretty interesting too, because not any survival MMOs like this have a huge economy system like he's saying there's going to be in his game. So those ideas are pretty interesting. It's not huge. I mean, the crafting thing does seem pretty unique. The server thing is a little bit, I'm not so sure about the economy thing. Hopefully that's cool, works out. But it seems pretty good. It seems like he wants to add fresh ideas to it. He said there's more too that he hasn't really brought out yet. Another thing too that I forgot is the world is kind of destructible. So you can start fires. You can start a fire in a tree and start a forest fire. So the world can be destructible. I don't know about buildings and things like that, but trees for sure. He even mentioned that you can burn down trees and things like that. So that's going to be another thing that's going to be in the game. So at this point, let's get my take on it. I obviously am super excited about this game, and there's a bunch of reasons why. So let's get into it. So personally, I haven't really been able to play any of these zombie survival games. As you can see right here, I have a Mac computer and I haven't really been able to boot camp it. It's not specifically mine, I had to share it with the family, and the computer that is mine isn't powerful enough to run any of the games that I want to run. So I haven't really been able to use these games and experience these games. And since Sony Online Entertainment is making this game, I do have a PS4. If you guys have seen my other videos, I've done a PS4 unboxing, and I promise I'm going to try to do some gameplay with that soon. But I'm excited because it's Sony, and he has dropped a lot of clues that he's going to bring it to the PS4. And I mean, obviously they will. It's Sony. Sony's going to try to, get their console to sell as much as possible. They're going to put this game on the console. And that makes me super excited because I have that console. And it's an online survival MMO, huge open world on a console. I'm going to be able to sit on my couch, play it on a console, and it's going to be great. I think it's a fantastic idea. And that's one of the reasons I'm super excited. So let's get into the other reasons why I'm excited for this. One, this studio is freaking enormous. The studio is huge. It's got a lot of developers. I feel like a problem that has been riddled on the studios making, DayZ and Rust is that it's a really small team. It's like a tiny team. I mean, Bohemia Interactive didn't give a lot of people for the DayZ team. I've seen the vlogs and the updates for them, and when they're in the studio and stuff, there's not a ton of people that are working. So I feel like it's a problem. In Rust, I think, is only built by one guy or a few people because that's just what I've heard. I've done super crazy amounts of research about it, but I've heard that it's just small groups of people making the game. So that's the problem, is that they want to make these really ambitious games with really great ideas, and I totally agree that these ideas are great. I mean, I love the idea of DayZ. I love the idea of Rust. But these teams are so small, it's really hard to get those ideas tangible and in the game for you to use and for them to work well. And I feel like Sony has a lot of horsepower behind their dev team. And if they take that whole team and they put it into making this game, they can make this game amazing. And that's why I'm super excited. There will be less bugs, there'll be less problems with the game. Of course, there'll be some things, but all the features will work. And it'll look good, it'll play good, and hopefully it'll be fun because of all the developers that are being on board with this game. Alright, so number 2 is PlanetSide 2. This engine is fantastic. This engine is great. It's got great particle effects. It's got great physics. It runs really well on a large scale. The game has huge maps with hundreds and hundreds of players playing at the same time, and it keeps up. And I think this engine is perfect for a game like the zombie MMOs that we want. I think that it's perfect because the game, or the engine, has already been built for a lot of action happening all at once, and for the servers to be handling it and the engine to be handling it. But while the MMO's survival things, there's not a ton going on. So it's going to really be optimized because usually the engine's used to all this crazy stuff going on and having to render it all and calculate everything, but now there's not going to be as much going on, only a bunch of people running around collecting items, and not a ton of war is going to be happening. They'll be fighting, but not as much. So the engine will be able to handle it and hopefully run even better than PlanetSide 2, but we'll see. And number 3, a lot of people have been complaining about There's too many DayZ games. There's too many WarZ games. There's too many Rusts. But I think it's great. I think the more the better, because the more there is, the more competition there is. And that's just a basic of economy. The more businesses are making a product, the more they're going to make that product, and the better they're going to make that product. So if this game comes out, DayZ's going to be like, oh, we got to step our game up, and they're going to kick up production, they're going to kick up their dev team, they're going to get more out, and then Sony in return, they're going to see, oh, they're putting in features that are new, we haven't seen, let's make up our own features and put those in. So competition is good. You guys want competition, and you can't just expect, you know, DayZ to be the only game. It can be the only zombie survival game. You don't want that. You want a variety. You want a wide range of selection. So I think that this game is great. I think it's going to help the zombie MMO survival thing, and it also it'll play great. Hopefully it'll be a good game. I think this game will just help the genre that we all like a little bit more. Alright, so we're going to get into something that I don't like about this game that worries me immensely, a lot, a crap ton, is that it's going to be free to play. When the alpha comes out and the beta, alpha or beta, whatever they want to call it, it's going to be $20. And then when it comes out, it's going to be free to play. Now this worries me a lot. We all know how free to play is. We all know how free to play is kind of been kicking the game industry's ass lately, and it doesn't really make us happy, gamers at least. We don't like pay to win. We don't want the game to be pay to win. I don't want the game to be pay to win. You don't want the game to be pay to win, so it worries me. They need to make money somehow. A game company does not make a game just because they want to make a game. They're a business. They need to make money. That's why they exist in the first place. They're trying to make money from you. And, you know, there's ways to do this without hurting the consumer, by making it pay to win. If you don't know what pay to win is, basically I'll give you an example. Say you're looking for a really powerful gun that you know you want, and you know it exists, and you're looking for it, and you can find it in the world. Or you can collect coins in the world. We'll just give this as an example. This is I don't know if this is going to be in a game. This is just an example of pay to win. So you collect coins, or you look for the gun. You collect little tiny itty bitty pieces of coin around the world here and there, and you keep looking for the gun, but you can't find it because it's so rare. And then another guy over here, he wants the gun too, but he has, you know, an extra $25, an extra $30 to get the gun. He can just go into the online store, scroll through, click the gun, he has the gun on his character, and he's just tearing everybody up with the gun. No one has a chance to stop him. He has the best armor because he bought all the armor. He has a bunch of health packs to, you know, boost up his health, boost up his damage, boost up his armor, and that really makes the game not great. It makes the game bad, and it makes people not want to play the game. It discourages people from coming in because they know they're going to get destroyed by people who just pay to win. And I don't want this game to turn into this. I don't want this game to turn into this at all. I want them to stay away from this in any way, shape, or form. Pay to win, please don't. Please don't do this. You need to do it Team Fortress 2 style, like hats, all aesthetics. Everything needs to be aesthetics. Nothing can help the player, because if it does, no one's going to want to play this, and it'll just be a crap game that'll sit on a shelf and no one will play because they know they'll get destroyed. So please, if anybody is watching this, Sony, if you're watching this, don't make this pay to win. There is a Reddit page for this game. There's a website, but it is a crap website right now. It just says H1Z1, and it has a pop-up that scares the crap out of you. I have my volume full blast, and I crap my pants. So don't go on that page. Just go to the Reddit, because there's nothing on the H1Z1 page anyways. There's just a pop-up. Go to the Reddit, and John is actually on the Reddit talking to people about how this game is going to be. He actually mentioned the pay-to-win kind of thing. He even said himself that this isn't going to be a pay-to-win game. That he wants to find out a nice, easy way to get people to give the company money so that they can make money off of this game. And there's been some great ideas thrown around. I really suggest you guys go onto that website. There's been a lot of great ideas thrown around. I really suggest you guys go on that website and check out what you can. There's a lot of information. The actual guy who was in the interview was on there answering questions, answering any concerns. He had a few ideas like you can pay for new skins for your guns and weapons. So say you have a baseball bat and there's a skin to make it like, I don't know, like make it a baseball bat with nails in it, or a plank of wood, or a tennis racket, or just like a metal bar. Anything aesthetic that doesn't help. It would just look like that, and then you could use it. And that's all there is to it. It would still have the damage of a baseball bat, kind of that kind of stuff. Just to make it look different. They were also talking about like putting advertisements in the game. Like if you picked up like a can of soup, it would be like a Campbell's can of soup, and it would be a sponsor, and you would say, oh, it's Campbell's can of soup, and then that's the way they would get their money, through the advertisements. And that would work okay, but he said there's some problems in that. But yeah, just go check that out if you can. But it still worries me, even though he even said, you know, it's not going to be pay to win. It just still worries me. I mean, you know, the upper brass, they can just tell them, no, we're going to make this pay to win. We need to make as much money as we can from this. But he seems kind of confident that it isn't. But it's just a back and forth. It's just a struggle. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. I really, really want this game to succeed. I'm really excited for this game. I can't wait for it to come out. It's actually going to come out soon. He said 4 to 6 weeks, something like that, until the beta releases. So check up on the Reddit, check up on their page if you want to crap your pants. And yeah, hopefully this all works out, and they get it onto the console soon, and it works right on the PC, and everyone likes it, and it's not pay to win. So thank you for watching the video. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can. I'm going to be making more news as the news for games comes out. I'm also making gameplay videos if you want to go check those out. Go check it out if you want to. I'm not going to advertise that. But thank you for watching. If you want to leave a like on the video, that would help. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, that would help too. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.